Hello, you wonderful explorers, and welcome to another episode of The Psychic Explorer. It is March and it is... No, it's not. It's April. I'm recording this in March, but it is April when you are listening to this, or at least when it goes live. Oh dear, this girl. Yeah, hello. Another solo episode from my good self to your ears. How are you? You know, I am so grateful, so grateful that Anne-Marie allowed me to record our conversation and put her words out into the world. The feedback I've had has been that it was just a wonderful listen. It was exactly what I had hoped it would be, and it was exactly what I was aiming for in my last solo episode, and that is authenticity. I had put that last solo episode out because I'd come to a realization that I was trying to be something that I wasn't. I'm not natural at this. I'm not natural at social media. And I was trying to be something more than... I hasten to use the word capable because that I think for me that indicates that I've not got it in me, but I just don't want to be that person who I'm constantly trying to upload stuff. I'm constantly chasing the likes and all that, because that takes me out of the reason I am doing this. I am doing this to show you and share with you my journey. And it's funny, isn't it? Because since I released that episode, I don't know whether these things have been there all the time and I've just become more aware of it. Almost like when you break up with someone. When you break up with someone and you suddenly notice every single song is about a breakup. I felt that about this theme of authenticity since I released my last solo episode, that everything I've been hearing, everything I've been reading, everything I've been seeing has been about authenticity and whether or not you are authentic in your mediumship and your psychic work. And I find it really interesting. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's just because I've noticed it or if there's something else going on that just signs are coming my way. But everything I've been hearing, listening to and seeing has been about the importance and the value of being your true self. You know, me and my other half, we have just finished watching a 10-part drama series called The Other Bennett Sister. If you're in the UK, go onto BBC iPlayer. Honestly, it's such a lovely, gentle watch. It's the sort of programme that used to be on Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings on BBC Two. And it just harks back to my childhood. It's sort of like a Pride and Prejudice, Regency period, style period drama. And it's lovely. It's just very gentle. If you're in the US, I don't think it's coming to you until May. I think in Australia, I think it was released on Binge. I don't know what Binge is, but I'm sure if you're in Australia, you do. But that was released already over there. If you can, watch it. It's just beautiful. And the story is exactly what I was getting at. It's about authenticity. It's about it's about being you. And I want to share with you, since I released that episode, I found that my mediumship, something's happened to it. It really has. It's like it's hit the next level. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or to be egotistical or to blow my own trumpet, but I was invited to to hold a platform service online for a lovely spiritualist online centre called Bright Angel Spiritualist Centre, and it's really, really lovely. They do their service, or they put on a service on Zoom most Monday evenings UK time. It's free, so if you want to go along, you can find their information on Facebook. But I did my service a week ago today, actually, a week ago from recording today. And I was so terrified. I was so nervous, as I always am, whenever you stand up and you either do this in front of people face to face, or you sit in front of a laptop with a screen full of faces that you think, oh God, I've got to do this, and hopefully I don't fall flat on my face. And it just sang. It was wonderful. It was message after message after message. And I noticed that my messages were becoming, they were becoming deeper. They were becoming more personal. I was able to get facts, information, feelings from these people's loved ones from beyond, stronger than I would have or I did before. I was able to place situations around their living family members that I would never have even dreamed of being able to do before, and that was now coming online for me. I was amazed, and I came off that Zoom platform just elated, absolutely elated. I was so happy with it. And I've done a couple more of my practice circles since then, and the same thing. Like, the evidence I seem to be bringing through is like, oh, okay, I think I've hit a stride here. I think I've hit something new. And I wonder how much of that is connected to my... I laugh and I pause because the word that comes to mind here is surrender. I don't like using that word when it comes to mediumship because, because it can be battered around quite a bit, but also to me, the word surrender means that not that I'm not in control, but it means that I'm submitting to something else, and I don't like to do that. I am not a submissive person. Just because of a higher power. I know it's a really random thing, but the royal family, for example, to me personally, not fussed whatsoever. I don't understand it. I don't understand why there's this thing in this country that I live in, where there is this deference to an individual who happened to be born into a certain family. It's beyond me. I don't understand it. So this word surrender, it does not sit easy with me, but since I've surrendered to this authenticity, my authentic me, something happened to my mediumship. It really has gone to another level. And again, as I say this, everything I've been listening to this past week or two has just been about this. It's been about authenticity and the importance of being authentic to yourself. And I'm wondering why that is. By me being more authentic, by me embracing my authenticity, why has that changed things? And I think it's because I'm just more comfortable. I'm more comfortable in my own skin. I'm more comfortable presenting me as me. So therefore, there's not this barrier. There's not this expectation. There's not this otherness that there was before, I suppose. And I wonder why it's taken me so long. I know I've only been doing this for 2.5 years or so now. I wonder why it took me so long to finally hit this point. And I guess everyone can say that about any situation in their life, can't they? Why did it take me so long? I'm minded to read you something that I wrote in a journal about a year or so ago. And it sort of touches on this. You'll have to forgive me. This journal entry that I am going to read out in a moment is not fluid. It sort of bounced about here, there and everywhere in typical Matt Morris fashion. But as I read this back to myself, almost an entire, just over a year on from writing it originally, I'm minded to highlight just the importance of patience, that time works on us all. And like someone who I want to call a friend, Kelsey Anderson. I know I mentioned her in the last solo episode, but she messaged me today with a wonderful episode, which I don't think she'll mind me saying this because she says it in the episode that she sent me, but she took inspiration from my podcast, and I'm so honored. I feel so incredibly honored that somebody would listen to my work, listen to my craft, and take inspiration from it. Honestly, I'm so humbled by it. And the episode that Kelsey sent me was just glorious, just gorgeous. I loved it. And she was talking about how the stones on this beach that she was at this lake in Montana, and she was picking up a stone, and she was saying how it's been shaped by time, it's been shaped by the glaciers, it's been shaped by the water, it's been shaped by the wind. And isn't that true of us all? How we all take time to come to ourselves. So I will read you out what I wrote almost a year ago. And again, forgive me for the scatterness of this, but it's not poetic. It's not meant to be a poem. It is just my random scribbles, just while I was meditating, this random scribble. Time will pass no matter. We all feel the passage of time differently from one another. For some it's quick, others it's even quicker. We try to control too much. Instead, try just feeling the moment. It's going to pass no matter, so take time to feel it, even if it's shitty. If we are here to learn lessons, then we need the time to learn them. The sun will come up tomorrow, and it will go down tomorrow, whether we are here or not. We live too fast. A slow-cooked dinner tastes so much better than a quick microwave meal for a reason. Let the spices of life simmer. Let them mature. Let them infuse. By slowing down, we can make sense of more. We can appreciate more. We can understand more. And if we understand more, we can move forward safely, thoughtfully, and in balance. Take that time to love. Let the love simmer. Let it blend. And let it infuse. I wrote that when I was supposed to be meditating. Dana Willie holds a weekly City in the Power meditation, and I go most weekends, but this time I couldn't connect. Sometimes I sit there and I listen to the music that Dana is playing, I listen to her meditation, and I am in my own head and I think, no, I can't do this tonight. So instead, in those moments, I just take the time to take my notebook and journal whilst she's talking me through this meditation, whilst I'm listening to the music. I just scribble whatever wants to come through. And that was one of those scribbles. And I find it really lovely as syncratic, not sure, you know what I'm trying to say, but I find it, whatever that word is, I find it that because it's almost exactly a year to the day since I wrote that, and I'm now having this revelation that I needed that time to get lost in my mediumship. I needed that time to question it. I needed that time to question what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Anne-Marie Pisano in the last guest episode, and I hope you will agree, what a fabulous episode. What a fabulous person Anne-Marie is. And if you haven't listened to it, by the way, stop now, pause, go back and listen, because it is a treat. It really is a treat for the ears. But if you did listen to it, then you will know that she found that her mediumship and her spirituality ebbed and flowed. It stopped. It started. It paused, it restarted, it contracted and expanded. And when I asked her, what would you change? She said nothing. Would I want to be quicker? Maybe. Would I want to be this? Maybe. But actually, she said she wouldn't change it because the lessons that she learned along the way was so incredibly helpful. And if you are in this stage of your mediumship where you are not sure whether or not to carry on, whether or not you are good enough, whether or not you are meant to do this, then you're in exactly the right place that you need to be. It might be uncomfortable. It will be uncomfortable. It's not comfortable at all when you're in that space. Feel what you need to feel in this moment in time, because at some point, whether it be a year from now, when you look back and you reflect on your journey, you will realize how unshackled you have become, how free you are to just run and live your path. If you want to hear more stories of living your path, then you are in the right place. My next guest, the wonderful, the excellent Natalie Lockett, is just incredible. She so generously came onto the Psychic Explorer to not only explore her path, but to explore her journey and to share her stories. Natalie is on the next episode of the Psychic Explorer, so make sure you are subscribed. Hit that notification bell to ensure that all new episodes go straight to your phone so you can hear them first. In the meantime, though, let's get back to this episode where I'm taking you to my garden. Hello and welcome to the second half of this episode. I'm coming to you from my back garden in the middle of Norfolk. The sun is just setting over the hedge. It is a beautiful blue sky overhead, and the birds are chattering. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but what a beautiful day it has turned out to be. It was a bit drizzly this morning. I was out, one of my clients, and I thought I might be rained off, but it has turned into an absolutely belter of a day. Tonight is the full moon, and I believe it's called the pink moon. It's the day before Good Friday. Lots of people are taking the long weekend off. I am not. I'm working tomorrow. I'm Monday, but that's fine. I never observe Easter anyway, so that's fine by me. And it gives me an opportunity to just reflect on this time of year, on this spring rebirth. I guess that's what this weekend, I suppose, in the Christian calendar at least, is all about. It's about death and rebirth. And I'm minded to think of the tarot card, the death card, where to the layman, the death card might be something which is scary. It might be something which is troubling. It might be a negative thing. But actually, for those that are versed in tarot, the death card means death of something else to give way to something new, something better. As I'm sat here in my garden, I am looking at my cherry tree, I'm looking at my pear and my apple trees, and they're all in bloom, they're all in blossom, the daffodils are just going over, but the primroses are all out, and there are promises of life ahead. There are promises of the new year, the new summer, the new growing season. And sitting here in this garden, looking at all this new life, I'm aware that spring doesn't just happen. The blossom didn't just appear overnight, the bulbs didn't just suddenly flower. It's been working underground quietly all winter, all this time, while the world has been asleep. And I think my practice is a bit like this right now. There is a growth happening, I know there is, but there's also work to do. Specifically, my one-to-ones. My platform work I feel comfortable with. It feels comfortable and feel confident with it. But my one-to-one readings, sitting with one person, just me and them and whoever comes through, I've not really practiced that, and that's where I feel wobbly. That's where I know I need to push myself next. I've reached out to a couple of people about mentorship because I think that this is somewhere that I need help. And I need someone to help me find that next layer. Or at least pull that layer back and delve into it. Again, going back to the first half, that is me being honest with myself. That is me being authentic with myself, even when it's not entirely comfortable to admit. You know, I've gone through, it's taken me this while to feel comfortable with where I'm at, and yet there's still more to work at. The birds are flitting from one tree to another, trying to find caterpillars for their young that I guess they've just given birth or that have just hatched. I can hear the pheasants in the fields beyond the hedges that surround my small garden. And they're on the lookout for mates, they're on the lookout for female pheasants to continue the circle of life. I feel like I've sort of come to a bit of an impasse because as far as my practice is concerned, I know that I'm not doing enough of it. When I started in January, or rather when I spoke about what I wanted to do for my New Year's resolution, if I were to have one, it would be to practice. And I know that I'm not doing enough of it. And when I think about why, I come back to that guilt of spending time with loved ones, spending time with Simon, not burrowing my way upstairs in the back bedroom on a and if you can hear that, by the way, in the background, that's not gunshots. It's the bird scarers in the fields. They go off 3 times in a row every half hour or so. But yeah, I do feel this tension between really wanting to practice and commitment to others, not wanting to upset, not wanting to be perceived as obsessed by this mediumship, this psychic work that I am delving into. But if I'm going to link this back to the first half of this episode, which is all about authenticity, all about patience, I have to remember that I have to be authentic to myself, and sometimes being authentic to yourself can make other people uncomfortable. And I know that that's a tightrope we all have to learn to walk and remind ourselves. I think I am ready to take my next step on this journey. I've reached out to a couple of people about mentorship, about being mentored, because I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't really know how to proceed. I know I need to practice on my one-to-ones, my platform work I'm comfortable with. Even though again, going back to the first half of this episode, I was talking about being much more comfortable with my readings on platform and feeling confident with that. I did a practice circle last night and I didn't fall flat on my face, but it was a struggle. I couldn't quite interpret well what I was receiving. But I know that I am more comfortable and more competent in my platform work than I am my one-to-one work. And I know that the one-to-one work, is really where I can help people, where I can affect people in a positive way. And I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So I've reached out to a few people and I'm just waiting to hear back. So I will keep you up to date with that progress and where I end up on that journey, or where that takes my journey further, hopefully. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a flock of blue tits just flew around the garden, and they flew around me and they skimmed my microphone. Hopefully you heard that. and as they do that, I'm reminded that this shouldn't be too serious. This should be fun. Something that Kelsey Anderson, the lovely Kelsey Anderson, said, that this work should be joyful, this work should be playful, and she was saying that she needs to find her playful. And that's the same for me. I'm far too serious when it comes to this. I'm not playful enough, I know that. And seeing these birds flutter around my garden, whether they're fledglings or their parents, I think they might have been fledglings, because they had the energy of these fledglings that were just flying around, chasing each other, and were excited that they could use their wings for the first time. And I suppose, as I think about it, that's how I want to get. I want that awe. I want that discovery of a new skill, of discovery of flight in so many, I guess not so many words. I'm excited to see where this journey takes me. I'm excited to see where mentorship can take me. So I'm sorry if this second half sounds a bit disjointed from the first. I've just felt compelled to come out into the garden this evening, watch the sunset go down, and do a little recording in the back garden so you can hear the soundscape of my garden. And tonight is the full moon, as I said, so I am setting my intention that for the next cycle, I can open my heart to receive more guidance, to receive more tutelage, to learn more, and to put into practice more. Take from that what you will. I don't feel like I'm in a position to tell you what to think or what to do or what to say, but if you feel inspired by that, then go forward and take that into your practice, into your life. And I'll leave you with the sounds of my garden. Sending you all my love. Take care, guys. Bye.